if you could now close your eyes. Now visualize yourself in a busy shopping center of a tall building with your family. All of a sudden, you feel the building shaking. The shaking becomes violent. Things are falling down. Children are screaming. Then the building collapses on top of you and your family. The good news is no one in your family is killed or seriously injured. You're simply trapped in a very small space. You know you have no water or food in your shopping bag, just clothing and toys. Right away, you are calling for help, but everyone else is screaming for help at the same time. Oh no, you realize, maybe the entire building has collapsed. Maybe the entire area has been hit by this earthquake. Judging from the shake, it's probably an earthquake of at least 8.0. Now your mind starts to race. How long is it going to take before rescue workers get here? Can we survive this long wait? How do you feel now? Maybe some fear, maybe despair. You look at your precious children. You say, no, I cannot let them die like this. Now you remember the rule of 3. Basically, on average, you can live without fresh air for 3 minutes, without shelter in the extreme cold weather for 3 hours, without water for 3 days, without food for 3 weeks. As the day goes by, you become weaker and weaker. You may panic. You may feel perhaps death is creeping in. You remember that you have done your due diligence by storing plenty of food and water at home. But now you are trapped under this collapsed building, far away from your home, with no food or water. What can you do? Now you may open your eyes. Glad it's just imagine the situation. Glad we are here with plenty of food and water supplied by our generous host, James. But this is an opportunity to learn new techniques to increase your chance of surviving disasters and thriving in this very, very special yet challenging time in human evolution. So my job today is to share with you some techniques that everybody can learn so you can sustain much longer than the rule of 3. Right? Did you all hear the rule of 3 when you were having your eyes closed? I will repeat that for your knowledge. Survival experts say we can live without air for 3 minutes, without shelter in extreme weather for 3 hours, without water for 3 days, without food for 3 weeks. I'm not sure if we have time to share all the techniques today, but I'm sure we can share at least 2 things to help you with the water and food issue. We do have a practice called Celestial Shield that can protect you from extreme weather, pollution, chemicals, negative beings attachments, and negative energy. But that takes a whole day. And we also have a celestial breathing class to teach students how to breathe, not just through your normal breathing system, but with their whole body, with their pores, acupuncture points, and meridian channels to receive air and oxygen directly. So you can filter out a lot of the toxins. Definitely, I will talk about 2 techniques that have been time-tested for thousands of years. This technique is called Bi Gu. They're all simple words, so if you can't see, I will just spell out for you. Bi, B-I, Gu, G-U. Bi simply means go without, live without. Gu means literally grain. But that was before people started to eat meat. So gu generally refer to food now. So all food. It's not a special diet. It just refers to all food. You live without food. That really sounds dangerous. I do not encourage anyone to try this out incorrectly because you can die from starvation. But if you do it correctly with the energy healing transmission we are going to be bestowed with, it is actually very, very beneficial for your body, mind, and soul, and very safe. And be water simply means go without water, which is even more dangerous because you can only survive 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So what do you live on if you don't eat or drink? Anybody has a guess? Energy, that's right. Energy from where? Simply put, from cosmic energy, nutrients everywhere from the universe in the right proportion for all of us if we can learn how to absorb it. Please notice, this is no fasting. It's not anorexia. And there's no willpower involved, none of those dangerous activities involved. This has to happen naturally. If it's not happening naturally, it is not Bi Gu. It is fasting, it is diet, it is unsafe practice, unsafe treatment to your body. And there are 3 criteria. How do you know I'm on Bi Gu? Instead of I'm using my willpower to go without food for reasons such as losing weight. If you're overweight, you might want to lose a few pounds, and naturally you want to eat less. Unless it happens naturally, it is not Bi Gu. It can be dangerous. So 3 criteria when you know you are on Bi Gu as opposed to be on a special diet, on a fasting plan. Number 1, you don't feel hungry. I'm so glad James gave me this time spot. I was hoping either before lunch or before dinner so you can actually experience it. I don't want you to do it when you are full. I do want you to just make a mental note how you feel now. If you are slightly hungry or very hungry, just remember it and let go. Okay, and then compare later to see if you absorb the cosmic energy and you are actually full. Okay, so you feel no hunger. Actually, you have high energy and you feel good. I think every one of us may have some direct or indirect experience of dieting or fasting. And people who are on diet or fasting, they are sometimes feeling a little grumpy because they are deprived. They feel deprived. They are not very happy, but they use willpower to stay with it in order to accomplish their weight goal. And when you are on Bi Gu, you feel very, very happy. Other than the obvious benefits of losing weight if you're overweight, it helps you to detoxify and purify your body, mind, and soul. It also helps to activate or strengthen our psychic and healing abilities. such as being able to see with our third eye. You can feel closer to your heart and the hearts of others. In other words, your telepathy becomes strengthened. It helps you to elevate your spiritual evolution so we are more connected with the divine. Whenever we are connected with the divine, the messages we receive are very accurate. They are very beneficial to you and to people you share with. There are 3 stages of Bigu. The highest stage of Bigu, which has been rarely achieved in the modern time. In the ancient time, there were a lot of masters, grandmasters, who were on Bigu for decades. They were extremely healthy, lived a very, very long life, and had superior healing abilities for others. So that's the highest stage of Bigu, which is living entirely on cosmic energy. The intermediate stage of Bigu is to eat only fruit, vegetables, and nuts whenever you are hungry, without regular meals. And the basic stage of Bigu is to eat fruit, vegetables, and nuts regularly, like 3 meals a day, etc. From time to time, I go on intermediate, but most of the time, it's the basic stage. It shows me, after practicing Qi Gong for a while, all of a sudden, I couldn't eat meat or be close to meat anymore. It's not a judgment. It's not a conscious choice, really. Your senses become intensified. And then later you learn all these facts about toxins, chemicals in the meat, so you can make an easy choice, even if we are human-centered, because the things are not beneficial for our health. If you want to be a healer, the more clear your energy body, the more powerful your healing is. Again, at Qi Gong, we never impose on students and make them feel guilty if they're eating meat. We are just sharing the message. I know some of you eat meat. I totally respect your choices. We have a lot of students who came, and before even hearing the first word about Bigu, they were already on Bigu, and they thought there was something wrong with them. Some of the messages come to your subconscious first before you mentally understand it. Again, some people can go on Bigu for days at a time, like the intermediate level, just eat a little bit fruit, nuts, and vegetables when hungry. The first time I received it, I did not do a good job because I had a Christmas party to go to right after class. And I didn't really appreciate the gift from the universe. I felt like I had to eat with my friends. The food was stuck here, like right here, couldn't go down. So I knew I blew it. So second time I had an opportunity, I actually canceled my party. There was a party time during the holidays, and had to cancel the second time. So I went on 7 days without anything. I felt great. A lot of people go on for weeks, months, even years on Bigu. When my teacher, Grandmaster Le Tian, was sharing Bigu in China with thousands of people in the stadium, in spite of the history of Bigu in China, the modern scientists decided it was probably not scientific enough, not safe enough. So a lot of physicians, medical scientists, and nutritionists became very alarmed as they thought this could kill people. So what they did was they followed a large group of people on Bigu from all walks of life, from age 9 to 65, for a long period of time, and did lab tests on their blood, urine, etc. It turned out that not only these people's health did not change for the worse, their lab test results were better than before. Numbers were better. Many stubborn health issues were resolved, such as depression, hypertension, diabetes, chronic stomach inflammation, tumor, etc. In addition, these people look apparently more peaceful, centered, and visibly happier. What was funny was some underweight people actually gained weight after being on Bigu, which did not make sense to most people. Of course, you're going to lose weight if you are not eating, right? But why would anybody gain weight if you are not eating? But this is actually the evidence. Those people were absorbing cosmic energy. They were underweight because of health issues, such as problem in the stomach spleen system. And now, through Bigu, the illness in the stomach, in the spleen, in the pancreas were resolved. That's why they can absorb energy better.